Cymatics just bought Producer Grind, and it has had an interesting effect on the producer community. It's actually one of the most interesting things that's ever happened in the community if you think about it. It's kind of along the lines of what I've been talking about for a while, where music production, at least from the internet producer perspective, and kind of like the online space is moving towards being more like gaming. And Cymatics might actually be one of those first like collectives in the way that FaZe was. Cymatics on its own wasn't really like that, and I didn't really feel like Producer Grind was like that either. But I have been waiting for something like this to happen for a while, and this might actually be it. So first, let's just get into Steven breaking down the whole situation.
All right, guys. So I've officially been running Cymatics now for almost 9 years. And we've done a lot of great stuff at Cymatics and seen a lot of other really cool stuff in the industry. We've seen other companies do a lot of cool stuff with samples, plugins, just people killing it in all their different types of ways. And one of those companies that I always thought did a really great job at providing value to the producer community was actually Producer Grind. You know, just what they've done with the podcast was just taken to a whole different level from anything that anybody else in the music industry has ever seen. I mean, to be honest with you, when I did the Cymatics show back in the day, trying to grow that podcast, I was just modeling it after Producer Grind. Not to mention, they were the first ones to do these industry cookups, you know, having all these big industry producers coming in doing cookups. Clear that the level of connections that Producer Grind had, the amount of industry connections, the different types of people they're working with, not to mention a lot of their sound designers who are essentially dominating Atlanta, they had a lot of value there. So after months and months of working out the details, talking about how it would work, coming up with a game plan for the business, we finally decided to go through with it, and we have actually acquired Producer Grind.
Now, I know the thing on everyone's mind has got to be one of these. Either why is this happening, what's going to happen, or is this a net positive for the community? Now, outside looking in, possibly. I do actually think this could be a net positive for the community, simply because it seems like Steven is genuinely interested in scaling value for the community. And no matter how you look at it, that's going to be a net positive for the community. Even if he wants to make money explicitly or implicitly, if people are getting value and it's positive value and it benefits people's lives, we cannot say that's not a good thing. I do have some concerns though, just naturally from looking at the optics of the situation and kind of like understanding how these businesses work and how businesses work in general. It does kind of look like they're focusing on monopolizing market share just a little bit. But again, that's not bad if they stay focused on value. Like, I don't really care that much that Google has a monopoly. It might be bad on some ends, but like I get a lot of net positive from Google. So me personally, I don't really care. And I don't think Cymatics could ever get to the point of being like as malicious as Google has the potential to be, or as they sometimes are, to be real with you. But something a little bit more deeper is that there's already internal drama at Producer Grind, if you don't know, and Steven just inherited all of that by absorbing Producer Grind into them. And this has to do with TB and a former member, JB. So I'm gonna just run you through that really quickly.
Look, TB, look, bruh. All the shit you trying to say about me, all the words you calling me, bitches, crackheads, all this, I'm fried and I never did shit. You a fan, nigga. We had all the operations going on before you came. You's a fan, bitch. And since I'm a crackhead and a bitch, it's up when I see you, but you's a fan, nigga. You don't have the right to speak on nobody because you a fan, nigga. You got brought on to be used, nigga, as a content creator. You was a fan, nigga. You been a fan, nigga. You were watching from the sidelines. You a fan, nigga. And stop talking to everybody like I ain't got shit going on right now, nigga. Like I'm scamming niggas. Like I'm not out here working, nigga. Like I ain't working in the studio and shit. Like I ain't got a studio. Like I ain't booking artists for shows, nigga. You was a fan and you still a fan. You still a dick sucker. You sucking Dylan dick. Both of y'all some bitches. And that's what's going on. You's a fan ass bitch. Brought on to be used, nigga, as a content creator. You was a fan.
Boy, that operation was making 10K. Y'all niggas was barely making money before I came. Boy, what the fuck is you talking about, nigga? What's fucking operation? Y'all niggas ain't had no operation in set, boy. What the fuck? Y'all niggas was barely breaking even. What is you talking about? Hey, nigga, you was fuck, boy. Nigga, you had the operation before I came. Boy, what? Boy, what? We done did $100,000 months. The fuck is you talking about? That boy said he had the operation and said, no, nigga, you had the blunt rolled. You had that shit ready to go when niggas pulled up, nigga. That's all you had was the blunt ready, nigga. You had the blunt on the table, rolled up, ready. That's the only thing you had ready for interview, bro. You ain't had no goddamn operation and set. The fuck, before fucking 2020, y'all niggas was barely making, bro. Y'all bet money probably 15K, bro. The hell is y'all talking about? You had the operation and set, but you had no goddamn... Nigga, stop taking down your post, nigga. Stop reporting my shit, nigga. You fell asleep during the interview, nigga. You never got done asking no more than 5 questions. Find an interview. Then find 5 interviews, he asked more than 5 questions, bro. You walked in on Money Music interview an hour later, asked that nigga who he was, bro. You never touched the Beatmaker hoodies. Dylan made that shit, slayed it out for 2 weeks. You never touched it, nigga. Don't take my post down, nigga. I'm making a video. I'm on your ass. JB left and we ain't do better? Tell me what I lied at. Can somebody tell me what the fuck I lied, bro? What lie did I tell, bro?
Now, does Steven know about this? Has he already fixed it? Does he just not care? I don't know. Will it even be a big deal in the grand scheme of things? I don't know. Just something interesting that I personally didn't know about it until I started looking into this whole situation. But there are some other concerns that I've even seen other people express. Like this one concern talking about how they might start to care even more about their bottom line, which might hurt all the consumers and people in the community overall. One person goes, "I say this with a lot of love, Steven. Many people, including myself, have been feeling like your stuff is Walmart. Your sounds are good across the board, and that's the problem. I mentioned in a Reddit post that your samples could be better, maybe even phenomenal, if executed correctly. If your producers and sound designers were very well versed in different voices and modes within a certain genre. Sounding like the genre isn't enough, it has to feel like it too. All your chord voices feel the same across genres, so it makes everything more generic and watered down instead of unique and special. Your sound designers are great, and if you incorporated more emphasis on the chord voicings and specific key modes that make a genre special, I 100% guarantee you'll be killing the competition." Pretty solid. And then there are other people just genuinely concerned about the commercial aspect of it. One person goes, "So Cymatics samples are not worth using. I'm nearing the delete cape." I will say though, all of this quote unquote drama pales in comparison to what Cymatics might actually be up to, at least according to BusyWorks Beats. I'ma just roll the clip so you could get the full context, because this actually was blowing my mind a little bit.
Now, I want to ask you, Dylan, have you ever heard of a concept called the Economic Hitman?
No.
What happens is America will go to a struggling country like Haiti and be like, "Hey, we want to help Haiti out. We're going to give out rice for free under our nonprofit company." So they go to Haiti, they set up their shop, they give out rice. But what happens to the guys in Haiti who were selling rice? They get wiped out of business because America came by and gave it away for free. And now, once all the rice sellers are gone in Haiti, guess who set up actual business in Haiti? The American investors who came in to undercut everybody in the market, kill them off, and then set up their own business. This is called the Economic Hitman. This is why I had an issue with Steven from Cymatics. Now, I want to preface it by saying I used to like Steven. We were on good terms, but he did something behind the scenes that a lot of people don't understand. Steven had an issue with getting into the hip hop community. And again, he gives a lot of good advice. I don't want to ever bash the man. He comes in and it's like, "Hey, I want to get into the hip hop community." I was like, "You know what? I can introduce you to Sound Oracle." Now, Sound Oracle is the producer of producers. He's sound design for Timbaland. He knows everybody. Everybody respects Sound Oracle. When you say Sound Oracle and you don't get into the room, there's a problem. Now, what happens after this? They do the Hearts pack, the little charity pack, which is cool. Now, after that, mysteriously, without Sound Oracle's permission, Cymatics puts out a free kit called Oracle. And I said, was Sound Oracle behind this? There was frustration behind the scenes, okay? Because it's not a coincidence. You go from the Hearts pack with Sound Oracle in it to now another pack like a week later called Oracle. What's happening, that for the people who don't understand what I'm saying, it's called indirect use of likeness. They're using the likeness of Sound Oracle because he was on their Hearts pack, but without his permission, used his kind of pseudo likeness for this pack called Oracle. Now, Sound Oracle has a podcast called the Unquantized Podcast. During his podcast, he says nothing but gems all the time. But yeah, I mean, that's how influential he is, right? He just taps into our subconscious and we're doing what he does. They go from the Hearts pack with Sound Oracle, who's actually in it and contributed, to another pack that Sound Oracle did not approve of called Oracle. And then another paid pack on top of this called Gems. What are the odds that Oracle and Gems would be released by this company right after a Hearts pack? Now, when we confronted them about it, they said, "Oh, dude, people are just hating, man." Really? Or was it intentional?
Damn.
Because it seems very intentional. And I don't mean to be on your show causing dissonance between you and Steven, because I like Steven. I actually like everybody at Cymatics. We just had an issue with Steven specifically. Yeah, and I want to make it clear, this is my perspective. This is not Dylan's perspective. What I'm trying to say is, if you apply the Economic Hitman theory to what was happening, they're doing the Hearts pack to gather everybody's audience, which is fine. Then they're targeting the audience with a free pack called Oracle, which undercuts everything Oracle's ever done because it's free. They're gathering Sound Oracle's audience. Then they do a paid pack, which is actually undercutting still in price from the Sound Oracle community, called Gems. What they're doing is using his likeness to take his customers from him. And I see that as a business perspective. And when they try to kind of beat around the bush like it wasn't the intention, I really asked them, what's your business model? And it looks like it's acquisition through those techniques to grow.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, if that's a substantive accusation, the indirect use of Oracle's likeness, that shit is kind of crazy, but it does seem like a really difficult thing to just like prove, unless there was like, some kind of paper trail where he's literally like, I'm about to steal this idea from Oracle. It's just kind of tough with that, but the optics do look interesting. I could definitely say that. The other thing that I thought was interesting is that the concept of economic hitman is kind of crazy, but calling Cymatics an economic hitman is a little bit wild to me, just because like the way I understand the concept of economic hitman, these are the people that literally destabilize nations by like giving them loans they know they can't pay back. Like, I'm Nigerian, for example. A lot of countries have basically done the economic hitman thing to Nigeria, and like they're starting to do it to countries in Africa like China with Kenya and Ghana. Like, that's a real thing. I would not say Cymatics is anywhere near that level of like malicious intent, if they even do have malicious intent. I do 100% get where BusyWorks Beats is coming from, and I don't have a horse in this race either. I love Busy. I talk to him pretty not regularly, but like I've talked to him before. I think I still have his number. Cymatics, I think I've had like maybe 1 or 2 interactions with like Drew, like way back in the day. So I'm not saying this either way, but economic hitman is extreme if you know the full context of the situation. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, especially from the perspective of businesses literally trying to create monopolies, but this doesn't feel like a situation where Cymatics is trying to get in and destabilize people. It kind of seems like what we were talking about earlier. They want to make money, and they want to do that by providing value. That's just capitalism. Anyone mad at that is mad at the capitalist structure. And I could see where people might be like, maybe their goal is just maximum profit instead of actually caring about this like hip hop producer community, which is what Producer Grind kind of is. It does let in a bunch of other genres and other vibes and even just other types of creatives, but the brand and flavor of Producer Grind is very clear. I mean, to be real with you, I think we just gotta wait and see. It's really too early to say anything. And I mean, even those clips from BusyWorks Beats were from a Producer Grind interview that got deleted. Now, did it get deleted after Cymatics bought Producer Grind? I don't know. Again, the optics of all this stuff is very interesting, and we just have to wait and see how this stuff actually did shake out and how it will shake out in the future. And to be real with you, and I'm just saying this, I am interested to see how the podcast actually feels now that it gets brought back in like full swing. And the other thing is, I'm very interested to see if the cookups just end up being more like ads for their VSTs and kits, because I'm not gonna lie, I would not be shocked if they did that, but I hope they don't, because that will bring a lot less value to the community. And at the end of the day, I just want to see people trap, ball, and make dope beats. So let me know what you think about the entire situation down in the comment section below. Like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.